So what are we going to get in today? Well, today we are making a hot cocoa moonshine. Somebody asked me if I had a hot cocoa moonshine recipe, and here you go. Okay, this one thing about this, it can be enjoyed cold, or you can warm it up and enjoy it. And then somebody else mentioned, remember the candy cane moonshine? You could put a splash of that in here too when you're enjoying it if you wanted to warm. That'd be fantastic now, wouldn't it? Hey, the big thing is it's easy to make and it's easy to enjoy. Okay, but first things first, welcome to Moonshine Wednesdays and still works in broad. All right, let's get started. So what are the ingredients? Well, we got some half and half. We got some chocolate morsels. We got some cocoa powder. We got sweetened condensed milk, some cornshine, and the option is vanilla vodka. I think we're going to go with that. You know what I mean? You know me. All right. So how does this all work? Well, let's get started. Let me get set up. I need a can opener. All right. Let me get set up now. So let's get started. First thing we want to do is we're going to put our half and half in our pan. Then we're going to add our condensed milk. Where's my little scraper? There it is. Add that sweetened condensed milk. That's where you're going to get a little bit of sweetness from. You have to use a little scraper to get all that goodness out. It can be a chore to get it out, but we're going to get there. Okay, so we want that. Okay, we got that. Okay. And then we want to add in, stay there, spoon. We're going to add in our chocolate morsels and our cocoa powder. Okay, we're moving right along. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to get this to start warming up. And don't get too, take your time. And the only thing, we do not want to bring it to a boil. All we want to do is really just to melt that chocolate and make it real nice and smooth. Nice and cold. Snowed about 6 inches last night. It'd be perfect to have a cup of this warm, wouldn't it? Let me warm this up, keep stirring. And like I said, we're just going to do this until the chocolate melts and smooths out. But we don't want anything to burn on the bottom, so you got to keep stirring. All right, so let me get this done, then I'll. Okay, so I shut the heat off. I mean, and I stirred. I used a whisk. That seemed to work the best. And that is a delicious looking chocolate base. So what do we want to do now? Well, now what we need to do is we need to let this cool down before we add our alcohol. See, it's nice and smooth, but what we will do is we'll use a little screener when we go to put it in the jars, in case there's just a little chunk that we missed or something. Okay, so let this cool down, then we'll be back. Okay, that is cooled down, so it's time to add our alcohol now. Okay, so what we're going to add is 1/4 shine, and I want to do the optional 1 cup of vanilla vodka that we made. Okay, and if I remember, I'll put a card up here how we made that. Fantastic. All right, so what we want to do, give that a good stir. All right, I'm looking forward to this one. Okay, let me get some bottles. And like I said, I'm gonna pour it through a strainer just because it could have a couple little pieces, chunks of chocolate in there. I don't think it does, but it could. So we're just gonna strain that out. I'm going to tell you what, this ice cold or nice and warm in a coffee cup would be fantastic. I love that word. There's one. Yeah, there's a couple little chunkies in there. I'm glad we used the screen. One more. Come on, paper, just fall down. I don't care. I guess when I'll be able just to pour in. I'm thinking. All right. Now, I'm gonna put some lid on these before I spill them. Can you imagine me making a mess? Okay. So like I said, storing wise, you want to store these in the fridge because of the milk products. And it's usually enjoyed, 3 or 4 weeks, they'll stay good in there, and sometimes a lot longer. But that's up to you. It's best enjoyed in 3 or 4 weeks. You want to shake it before you serve it because it will settle out some. All right. And like I said, you can enjoy this cold or gently warmed up. All right. You can top it off with whipped cream or marshmallows. Let's give it a shot. I mean, it smells chocolatey, of course. I'm telling you what, the vanilla vodka, I think added a lot to it. So I would suggest if you can, use some type of vanilla vodka. It's not too thick. It's very, very, very chocolatey. It's fantastic. This ain't gonna last long. Not long at all. I think if you didn't put vanilla vodka in there, you could put a little bit of vanilla extract in there. It would be very, very good too. But overall, I am pleased with that. And like I said, it won't last long. It won't last long at all. So that is a big plus. All right. Well, that is another episode of Moonshine Wednesday. Last thing I got to say is, hey, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time here on Still Works and Brewing. Cheers, everybody. Damn, that's good.